After 6 years of reports, panels and legislative wrangling, the Federation Council approves rules for dual citizenship. This option is created to allow beings to apply for permanent residency and other rights without sundering all of their ties to their homeworlds. Dual citizens can live and work anywhere in Federation, apply for Federation grants, and even vote in Federation elections. However, dual citizens owe allegiance to and are subject to the laws of both political entities of which they are citizens. Also, the homeworld of an applicant must allow dual citizenship as well. The Sun Foundation and other artificial life groups argue that the bill should be extended to their artificial life forms, but the Federation Council refuses. Artificial life forms must either pass the test established by the Supreme Court of the Federation to be granted full citizenship, or their property. There is no middle ground. Cardassia Prime's Daytapa Council quickly passes a law allowing Cardassians to become dual citizens of the Federation, and Grand Nagus Brown bullies a measure through the Ferengi Economic Congress of Advisors that allows Ferengi to take part in the program after purchasing a citizenship license. Dozens of unaffiliated worlds move to follow this option to their citizens as well, but on Kronos, the High Council refuses to follow suit. The refusal blocks Klingons who haven't severed their ties to the Empire from applying for Federation citizenship. Rhea, a Ferengi geologist working on Earth, is the first being to be granted dual citizenship under the new program.
I'm proud to be part of the Federation, but Ferengian is my home. This cost me a few bars of platinum, but it's worth every strip,
Rhea said. Federation President Aennik Okeg has been a tireless champion for dual citizenship, and many attribute to the success of the program to his influence. A boost from new voters easily pushes Okeg past challenges from Alpha Centaurian Trail into a second term of office. In his reinauguration speech, Okeg reaches out to the Klingon Empire. "We have had our differences, but we are stronger together than apart, and it is the honorable path," Okeg said. In Starfleet, Lieutenant Naomi Wildman is assigned as the new helm officer of the USS Hathaway, and Miral Paris, another child who was born on the USS Voyager, enters Starfleet Academy. Paris' presence in the incoming Academy class is notable to those who follow Klingon affairs. Several news stories about Paris and the new recruits report the legend of the Kuwah Ma, a Klingon religious figure that is believed to be a prophetic figure by some. After reporters make an attempt to enter the dormitories at the Academy, Starfleet issues a statement from Paris asking for privacy. "I'm a student, not a savior. Allow me and my classmates peace and privacy," the statement reads in part. On Stardate 75705.9, the Federation-mediated peace talks between the Gorn Hegemony and the Klingon Empire are disrupted by an explosion that rocks the resort on Casperia Prime where the talks are being held. 7 people were critically injured by the blast, including Ambassador Kim Tok of Kronos and Mira Jenstra, a deputy mediator for the Federation. Jenstra is stabilized and then evacuated to her home on Beta Z, but Kim Tok dies during surgery on board the IKS Gorkon. The crew of the Gorkon cooperates with Captain Data of the USS Enterprise E to investigate the explosion. They find that an ultricium resin explosive device slipped onto a beverage cart, which was then delivered to the room where the delegates were meeting. Because ultricium resin was used, the device was not picked up by security sensors. Although it is initially thought that the device was planted by a member of the resort staff, ties to Klingon X-Wing groups are quickly uncovered. The device is tracked back to Toral, son of Duras, who is wanted for crimes against both the Federation and the Klingon Empire. The Gorkon pursues Toral's ship into the Arcani sector, but it escapes. The Federation attempts to restart the peace talks, but both the Klingons and the Gorn recall their delegations. There will be no ceasefire.
"If I were into conspiracies, I'd mention that Kim Tok was appointed by Chancellor Mortok, and now the door's open for Jimpok to appoint one of his allies as ambassador to the Federation. But I'm not going to do that, because I'm not a conspiracy theorist,"
said Tag Morkek, a political analyst for the Tellar News Service. In what is seen as a deliberate insult to Praetor Taris, General Tebok promotes General Valal to command of the Romulan Second Fleet. Bilal has been openly critical of the Praetor and her policies and was one of the officers responsible for negotiating the agreement that kept Kavatras under Romulan control. Operatives for Starfleet Intelligence report that the changeling known as Lass has arrived in the Deva system with 2 additional changelings. When Lass was last seen, he was searching for other changelings who had been sent to the Alpha Quadrants as observers. Whether or not these changelings are part of that group is unknown.